Kanye West got himself a new Yeezy office, and it's a tricked-out Boeing 747 that cost at least $10 million. West's partnership with Adidas raked in over $1 billion in 2019, and if that's not enough, the company has gifted him a double-decker private plane that he's used to take trips for inspiration around the world. Kim Kardashian West showed off the plane's master suite and luxurious dining room on her social media, but the operating costs of this 680-seater airplane are insane. Let's take a look at just how expensive Yeezy's wings really are. Suitably nicknamed the Yeezy Floating Office, this giant Boeing 747 aircraft is impressive even to those who are used to a life of luxury. It's no wonder Kim Kardashian West quickly took to Instagram to gush about her husband's new wings before they took their first flight. To get a sense of just how grand these planes are, we'll remind you that Air Force One is also a Boeing 747. Well, one that's been customized by the Pentagon and cost more than $5 billion. Sure, Kim and Kanye's plane didn't get the government treatment, but the double-decker Boeing 747 has more space than they'll ever actually need in an airplane. The 747 can seat up to 660 people when used for a commercial flight and is often referred to as the ultimate passenger plane. Even just sitting on the tarmac, it's impressive, standing taller than a 6-story building. Of course, Kanye's plane is like a mansion in the sky with everything he and his family could ever need to survive a long flight. The 747 features a luxurious and spacious double-decker bed suite, an ensuite marble bathroom, and a huge lounge area which Kim Kardashian fittingly refers to as the chill room. It definitely looks like a perfect place to sit back and enjoy some in-flight entertainment, thanks to the numerous flat-screen TVs scattered throughout the living areas. There are also plenty of seats for guests and even entire guest bedrooms, so they aren't stuck sleeping in their chairs. And there's definitely tons of space for the Wests to bring along their family and friends for a comfortable trip across the planet. They can even have entire group meals in the on-flight dining room, with its large yet cozy eating area and a bar, which seems to be well stocked with snacks and beverages. Many private plane owners also get their meals catered when they're in for a long flight, which costs an average of $350 just for one meal, split among 3 or 4 people. There's even room on the plane for the West to get in some time with their personal trainer, whose salary is estimated at about $2,500 per week for one-on-one house calls, or in this case, plane calls. Kim showed off all the space she had to do lunges on board while also slipping in some not-so-subtle Adidas product placement. The West's private plane is estimated to cost somewhere between $10 million and $100 million. 747s have an average sale price of about $20 million, though it's hard to give an exact number to Kim and Kanye's plane because it's about 40 years old. Despite its age, the plane is roomy and features all the in-flight amenities anyone could ever need, so it's easy to see why the billionaire's West family would opt for their own wings over renting someone else's. Plus, it's much more fun to say you own a private jet instead of just flying one, right? Having their own plane still comes with some serious maintenance costs, though we're sure the celebrity couple will have no problem covering them since they're saving tons on flight charters. The 747 costs about $25,000 an hour to fly, which includes the in-flight and ground operation costs, crew salaries and training, landing fees, parking, gate leases, maintenance, and of course, fuel. If the flight were chartered, then the estimated cost would be even more expensive at about $50,000 per hour. As for the aircraft's model, Kim and Kanye's 747 seems to be a miniature version of the original 747 SP, which stands for Special Performance. This plane was designed for very long-range flights with maximum comfort and limits how often the plane has to refuel so the trips can be as fast as possible. A fully customized luxury model of the 747 SP can cost $200 million, or more if you really want to go all out. The West 747 SP is about 50 feet shorter than the original model, but its tail is also 5 feet higher. The Boeing 747 SP has an exterior length of 56.3 meters, a height of 20.06 meters, and a wingspan of 59.6 meters. If the West plane isn't already impressive enough, it gets a lot better when you consider that it's actually a gift, so the West saved at least $10 million and only have to pay the cost of their flights. Kim mentioned that their plane was given to her husband by Team Adidas to support his Yeezy brand. Kanye and the company have a manufacturing, marketing, and distribution partnership over the brand, even though Kanye is Yeezy's sole owner. Adidas has been incredibly good to the rapper since they partnered up in 2013. His popular apparel line often sells out in minutes and made about $1.3 billion in revenue in 2019, catapulting Kanye straight to billionaire status. Forbes estimates he's worth about $1.3 billion as of 2020, while Kanye disagrees and says he's worth much, much more, closer to $5 billion. Excuse us. Regardless of the specifics, he's definitely rich enough to have his own plane, even if it was a gift. So far, Kanye's used the 747 to put in what some might consider work for the brand. The West's inaugural flight that Kim showed off on social media was to Tokyo, Japan. The trip was meant to be a scouting operation for architecture and inspiration, and while there, the couple took the opportunity to visit one of Kanye's favorite artists, Takashi Murakami, and get his input. The plane might have seemed mostly empty in Kim's Instagram stories, but Kanye also brought along some members of Yeezy's design team to weigh in on some future plans for the brand, which is hoping to expand into lifestyle and home decor. Even before Kanye had his own plane, he was used to flying privately and sparing no expense. When Kim was pregnant with her first child, Kanye would charter a plane from where he was working in Paris to where Kim lived in LA to make sure he was present for every single one of her doctor's appointments. His final bill was well over $100,000 per trip, so Adidas' generous gift might actually be saving the billionaire millions of dollars every year. It's kind of unclear, though, if the couple truly owns the plane and whether or not they have constant access to it. But either way, there's no doubt the Wests are more than happy to shell out thousands of dollars for comfortable flights, whether it's for work or vacations. For Kim's 40th birthday, the reality star flew 40 of her closest friends to a private island in French Polynesia for a week of fun in a huge Boeing 777. The plane was tricked out with a bar and buffet service, lots of cushy passenger seats, and fancy dining tables. The entire trip apparently cost over $1 million, but that's probably just a drop in the barrel for the social media star. She's worth about $700 million on her own. Like all private jet owners, the Kardashian Wests have come under fire for using such a huge private aircraft for a seemingly small group of people to fly across the world. This is because operating a 747 can have a huge negative impact on the environment, but despite the criticism, there's no way as someone as famous as Kanye or Kim will be flying commercial anytime soon. Do you agree with the critics, or should the West just continue to enjoy their personal plane? We also got to keep in mind the West love to do everything a little extra. They spent quarantine in style, roughing it at their $14 million ranch in Wyoming, dressed in country fashions and enjoying time with their horses. The family also decided to spend part of their summer glamping. They rented out an entire 500-acre former cattle ranch for a whopping $43,000 per night in the San Juan Mountains. There were technically tents present, but they featured sofas, desks, large, comfortable beds, and electricity. So the West family isn't exactly simple, but they gotta spend their billions somewhere, right? We have no doubt that the West family will update their private plane at some point and be flying in even more style. But for now, Adidas is happy to get the extra publicity while they support one of their biggest moneymakers. Would you want to join Kim and Kanye for a flight on their 747? Any other private jets you'd like us to explore? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching.